Here's the tools I'll be using to change the blinkers on my Vulcan 1600 motorcycle. I have the wire strippers. Here's the blinkers here that I'm putting on, replacing the bigger rubber ones with these smaller black ones. I've got a heat gun, got some heat wrap. I'll be joining the wires directly and then putting the heat wrap on top and heating it up. It shrinks down and seals it, holds it together and seals it. I'll just be using the crimp tool to strip the wires as necessary, not to actually do any crimping. I have used that method before, but found it better just to connect it directly and then shrink wrap it. Here's the blinkers that are on it now, and the shrink wrap here. This is a job I've done previously, but these blinkers weren't very solid. They had a rubber connection and easily broke. I got these little plastic blinkers off of eBay, pretty cheap. They're small and black, so they go with the colour scheme I'm going for the bike. The original blinkers on these bikes actually fit directly to the fork, but they're like it wraps around rubber. These aluminium black ones, you can see there the mounts I've put onto the bike. I have a previous video from a few years ago about that, because a common problem with these, the design of the original blinkers, is the rubber deteriorates over a few years and you need to keep replacing them. So it's better to just go out and buy these mounts, and then you can use any blinker you like. You just need to do what I'm doing now and make up some plugs or directly connect the wire, as the original ones had a different connector, not standard, that you find on a lot of blinkers. I'll just use my stripping tool here to strip the plugs and end of the wire straight off. You can buy these on eBay and places, Amazon, AliExpress, maybe around 20 bucks upwards. They do a good job of stripping the wire. You can see there it just holds it in one side, pushes it down in the other. You got a little screw to adjust the thickness of the wire to how you want to strip it. This simple tool makes the job of wire stripping a lot easier compared to manually doing it, or the old style strippers you used to get that would cut the wire. Here's the wires joined together, just simply twirling them around and squashing it down. Make sure you put the shrink wrap on before you join the wire, and then pull the shrink wrap over top once you've connected the wire. You could put a bit of solder there if you wanted to. I haven't found it necessary, as I just intertwine it and wrap it around and then put the shrink wrap on, and it holds because there's no force on the wire itself. I'm in the process of doing a few jobs on this bike and doing it up a bit. It's been just in storage and in the salt air as well on the coast, so I've got to clean up a bit of corrosion. It also needs 2 new tyres, so that's another thing on my itinerary, to replace the tyres on this bike. I want to do the job myself. Make sure you test the blinker before you finish doing the heat shrink wrap with the heat gun. Make sure it's working correctly. Now start applying the heat evenly over the shrink wrap. You can see it shrinking down, forming a tight seal. You can buy these little heat guns I'm using here, which is good for electronics and stuff like that. It's very lightweight and does the job, provides enough heat. I got this from AliExpress. I think it was only like 20 bucks. Now for the rear indicators, there is 4 bolts holding this cover on under the mudguard. You just need to remove them and it will give you access to the wires to change the rear indicators. Here's with the cover removed. The wires are held on by a clip that you can remove to bring down the wires, and then do as I did on the front and join and heat shrink wrap. Here's the rear shrink wrap done, ready to be heated. The wires are extended down. Once you take them clips off, it clips back in. Once you completed the job and put the cover back on, and that's it for the rear. It's a bit more fiddly doing the rear. I just lay down on my back. I do have a bad back. I got nerve damage in my back. I was considering giving up bikes. I've ridden bikes all my life, and I just do my own work on them because it's too expensive to pay mechanics to do it. However, I'll persevere and just do the best I can do. There's the blinker on the rear. You can see with the tyre, it's a bit baldy and got flat spots, and they're pretty dodgy. However, I have a replacement ready to go, a Michelin GT5 for the rear, and I'll have another tyre for the front. Here's the opposite side front blinker to finish off. Both back blinkers are already completed. I'm just using a pair of pliers here to squash the wire a bit and make it easier to put the shrink wrap over. And put the shrink wrap and heat it up. Afterwards I'll use some electrical tape and tape it all up, or you could use a bigger piece of heat shrink wrap, put it right over and heat it up, and then tape it, or just leave it as that. Alright, it's all taped up. Now I'll tuck it away, tidy it up a bit. The blinker's working. That's how it looks from the front. The job done. Don't mind the back. Small black blinkers go with the bike. It's mostly blacked out. From the front, there's a bit of a wash, a bit dusty, and just been sitting in storage. Hasn't been ridden for a while. I've got to fix that tyre first. That's the main next thing I've got to do. Then I'm good to go. Just clean it up a bit then, like cleaning up some corrosion and stuff like that. That's me blinker change on me Vulcan Moonstreak 1600 Ullaroo.